So we are just logging back in here, and we saw the move from FOMC yesterday. We saw essentially our trade idea play out as expected, but without us. We had the move up, which was what we were looking for. Prices came down. Here, what we've seen is a gap up at the market open, overnight open. We've had prices travel beyond the 200 and the 50 period. The moving average is a little bit flat here. We did close the trade that we had open from yesterday. Did close it in around this area, around the 500s or so. But prices traveled to 561 so far today. And here we are at the European Open. Ideally for a long, I would like to see prices pull back. So I'm going to have a look at the economic calendar. So here on Thursday, the 2nd of May, we've got Apple earnings, which I anticipate will be a market mover. Seeing buying come in here at the European session off that 200. So we've had prices pull away, come to that 200. Seeing some buying here around the 43s. Seeing buying here off the European Open. Sold down, didn't quite get to the lows. First candle off the open, there was a lot of volume. Eventually closed to the long side. Looking at yesterday, entry longs of the new system that we did say that we haven't used all week. The first entry would have been maybe, probably should get the US clock up. May have been about 3 o'clock Eastern standard time in the morning. Want to stay patient here. So we've got Apple earnings. So the only major tech earnings we had was Qualcomm, and that beat with a surprise to the upside on earnings, slight beat on revenue. Pretty much all of tech sold off yesterday off the FOMC. So Apple's last earnings, they beat on both top and bottom. Uh, so we were in a bit of a downtrend, had a bullish move, yet we gapped down after it, had bullish move up to the upside, but subsequent days and weeks we had more selling. Here we had a rally up, and now we've seen some selling here. This is looking at it from a daily chart perspective. So I've looked at the last couple of Apple earnings, and Apple seems to beat on earnings. The past couple of earnings have all been green. Always seem to be surprises to the upside. The estimate for the earnings here is for it to be lower. So previous estimate was 117 billion. This current estimate is 90 billion. Earnings estimate was 2.1 last time. This one's expected to be 1.5. So it seems the earnings on Apple here, they're expecting a lower number. Could imagine if they come in higher, they're going to go higher, but the estimates are for lower numbers. So from 90 to from 117 billion down to 90. Looking at 27 billion difference there, which is quite a lot. The current CDR, current daily range, is 74.25 points. And we are not actually near the top end of the range. It's difficult to do anything with this. And with the price action from yesterday, it's difficult to interpret where the market might go here. So the overnight open, we gapped up. We've had that follow through. We've had prices head higher. We, of course, let's get it on the chart here. So we, of course, had a bullish move off the overnight open. Haven't looked back since. Prices are consolidating. We've got the big move to the upside that was given up on FOMC. Couldn't hold the higher prices. I think I'm going to go short here. I'm just going to go short.
Order submitted. Order filled.
So I'm in at 40, top of the range being around 60. The open of the range being around 86. So I'm shorting closer to the high of the range than the low of the range. So we'll see what happens here. Of course, there is a possibility of prices after giving back up, all the move having a turnaround Thursday with Apple and rallying to the upside. And if that is the case, it could potentially have a big losing day. But I'm just going to take a short here in the European session as prices have pulled back to the dual moving averages here. So it looks like I'm actually short at 37. Thought it was 40, but it's 37. Hmm. I'm not really a fan of these big sell downs and then continuation to the downside. Not a huge fan. Because we've had the move up, pulled back, closed bearish, but we gapped up. Thing about the gap up is the gap up is somewhat bullish. And this wick on this candle is also bullish. That's how I interpret it, because the buyers were able to have prices head to the upside despite this bearish candle and the gap down. Buyers were able to drive the prices up. Hmm. Did say prices didn't break that 200. Prices did come into this 200, traded below it, didn't close below it. I suppose we should disclaim that this 12 points was from the trade yesterday, which was our long trade. We weren't able to get back to the charts until around about over here somewhere. That's when we closed the position, but it's brought the P&L over to today. Hence the reason we're up 12 points. I'm just going to have a look at the daily chart to see what the ATR is. ATR is currently 361 points. So let's say we target 300 points. $229. So this would actually take us down to this 242 level.
Order submitted.
Still seeing that buying here of the fact that we came to the 200. So buying, we're now back above the 50 and heading to retest and possibly break the highs here. Of course, if we have this, if we have a big reverse today and we continue in the direction of the FOMC, could potentially have a big losing day here. But we'll see. Similar to yesterday, not long after getting into the trade, it pretty much goes against my position. Just like that, as we can see, made new highs on the day. I was just down 26 points. Seems the trade staying up on the potentially on the other account, but that system does perform better during the US session. So we've just broke the highs there, making new highs on the day. Hmm. So who knows what will happen now? I think I'm going to shut it down here due to other scheduling commitments. We'll see what happens after Apple's earnings. I'm not as confident in this trade idea, to be honest. Apple, the fact that it's been selling, we've had a recent bout of selling going into the earnings. The earnings are due to be lower in comparison to the previous. So any type of upside surprise could see a rally there in Apple. But I'm not going to allow a recency bias to cloud my judgment, of course. Probably shorten after prices have come into 200 and bounce and closed above the 50 and made a new high. Probably there is a thinking to take it off, just off that alone. But I'm just going to keep the position. I did say that there is a possibility, despite. Why is my computer slowing down? There is the possibility, despite the fact that we gave up all the FOMC gains, that we will retake all of the selling that took place after. Because the selling that took place after could just be a way of clearing weak hand longs for the market to rally. So anybody that was going along through here, say retail, they'll drag the market lower, clear them all out in order to drag the market back higher. So it's a way to keep retail on the back foot. There is that thinking. Get all of them in, thinking the market's just going to head higher, clear them all out. So if you was in hot long up here, as prices came down, you probably would have got out. Now you're a bit scared about getting back in. Then after that, you can just drag the market higher, all the way back up to the highs. And then all these guys that were shaken out, they're going to be annoyed, but they just didn't have enough to handle the volatility. So like I was saying, it could be a play of weekend longs, clear out the weekend long. So this could be just a weekend long clear out play. If it's a weekend long clear out play, I'm going to be in some serious trouble with this short. But we'll see. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. It's going to be a shorter one, but I don't anticipate coming back. Let's see. I can't see prices getting to my target before, well, in the next 4 hours. Don't anticipate that happening, so we'll just call it here for now. We'll see what happens after Apple's earnings. Of course, Apple's earnings could be a little bit better than expected because they were expecting a drop in revenue. Could be better than expected, and if that is the case, there's a possibility of a long rally in alignment with what we saw before, and could be a bad day for me. Been reading the market okay. So we've got the US pre-market session opening in about 20 minutes or so. Again, I've gone into a trade a bit early here. Yeah, I'm going to shut it down. All right, thanks for watching.